rise with me, get fly with me, stay lit with me, take a trip with me, flow with me, grow with me, dream with me, vibe with this frequency. Hey y'all, this is Rayborn the Witch coming at you live from Femspiration 215, and I'm here today to give my water signs a full super moon in Scorpio reading for this upcoming super moon. It's a pink moon and it's happening in the sky on Monday, April 26th. Now this is going to be a significant super moon because it is going to be happening and arriving at peak illumination at 11:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now that is a beautiful, beautiful number of alignment, right? So we have the 11, which is divine alignment, and then we have the 33, which is all about co-creating with spirit, and then adding that together is a 6. So that's all about reciprocity energy or reciprocal energy. Now, the moon itself is happening on 26th of this month, and then we have another super moon that's happening next month on May 26th that's happening at the exact same on the 26th as well. Now it's going to be happening in the morning versus the evening, but it's going to be even closer in the sky, and this is the flower moon, and this moon is all about bringing in what we want to build for the future, right? So I decided to do this reading and this message today because it's happening on 4/22, which is 4/4 energy. I know I said 22. It's happening in 4/4 energy. 444 has been following me around for the past several months and now it's all coming together as an understanding of shifting the old and bringing in the new, and this real radical rebirth that's happening on a individual level but also a collective level. And the need for that shifting of paradigms is more than just the structures that we stand on needing to be shifted. It's about bringing those bitches down and bringing something new in its place. And that does take time. Now we are in the season of transformation. We are also in the 5-year of transformation. So deep transformation is happening. And these two back-to-back supermoons are going to be ushering in those deep transformations. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to call upon the 4 directions to kind of get some ingredients for our full moon rituals and the things that we want to think about in this full moon so that we can bring something new in and think about what we've done and how to celebrate the work that we've done that's led us up into this point. Now I'm going to be working on the North energy, which is all about earth and resourcefulness and will and your true direction, your true north, right? And I'm going to be using the flower, it's botanical inspiration, so it's a flower deck, and it's going to give us some flower medicine. It might be flowers we want to put on our altar to commemorate this upcoming full moon. So I'm going to be asking for a flower message for my water signs, for my Cancer, my Scorpio, and my Pisces for this full moon in Scorpio, which is all about death and rebirth, right? Thinking about the ways that we need to do away with the old and bring in the new. So let us get a flower message for my water signs, please. A flower message, something to commemorate this full moon with, an energy to understand a little bit better and bring into our lives a little bit more in this upcoming season of transformation. For my water signs. There we go. And it is Magnolia. I love that Magnolia came out because magnolias are in full bloom right now. And it says nobility and self-esteem. Now, if that isn't a direct message for me as a Cancerian sun, I don't know what is. But thinking about the ways that we have been royalty, but also the ways that we are respecting ourselves on a deeper level so that we can bring in new things to our lives and not be timid or shy or feel like we can't and we don't deserve to bring these things into our lives, or the ways that we want to honor and appreciate others as well. And it says, there is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Damn. Ernest Hemingway. So that makes a lot of sense to me. We are all stepping up to recognizing our own true power, and we're not taking away power from others. We're allowing them to shine as well. We're not dimming anybody's light. We're actually uplifting others so that we can also bring everybody with us. I mean, bring the people that deserve to be brought up with us. And when I say deserve, I mean people that respect us, people that do bring us that respect and help us see ourselves in the true vision that we want to be seen in, whether good or bad. But I think that thinking about our self-esteem and that solar plexus energy is really going to be important for my water signs right now. I know it's something that I've been really working on a little bit more strongly, is bringing in that fire within and allowing it to shine out. That is something that helps me kind of grow and move into feeling more kind of not accomplished in my life, but a little bit more aware of how I am powerful and how I do co-create my reality so that I can better myself and also better others in the process. Not because I'm trying to, but because I'm leading by example. So thank you for that message. Yes, magnolia. So if you see a magnolia tree, of course you want to pick a magnolia that's already fallen from the tree, not one that's on the tree. But if you ask nicely and say that you are going to honor it and respect it and put it in some water, then by all means. But I would say that you get one that's already on the ground so that you can put that on your altar. Or you find, I don't know if there's like magnolia branches somewhere, but honoring magnolia trees for my water signs is super important right now and will help us bring in that new energy to this full moon. Now, the full moon is all about celebrating your reality. So I'm thinking about like, how can we celebrate where we've come and how far we've come and how long it took for us to get that esteem within ourselves, and what a journey that has been. It's been a very hard journey for me to feel worthy and feel powerful within myself. And it's something that I'm continuously working on, and it's something that others help me continuously see myself in a better light. And it's so powerful for you to also be that lighthouse for others as well. Now, I'm going to be getting a message from the 33 Masters Oracle deck. This was created by a dear friend and spiritual mentor, Jordan Hope Miller, and he's on Instagram at crow.walk. And he made this beautiful deck. So what we're going to do, because the moon is going to be reaching its peak illumination at 11:33, I'm thinking we need some divine inspiration from his oracle deck that he created with divine inspiration. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling a message. Now this message is going to be something that will help us better understand ourselves and maybe the things that we need to do away with and bring new things into our lives. Or it could be a message that provides us with deeper healing in this journey ahead, right? We are going into a fifth month, which is all about transformation energy in the 5-year. These 2 back-to-back months are so powerful for our transformation. Now, let's get a message for my water signs, my Cancer, my Scorpio, and my Pisces to usher in this full moon and moving into this rest of this spring season into summer. What are some messages or a message that we can receive at this time as guidance for us to heal with, as guidance to commemorate or honor? I love that we get the dreamer. Love that because it's on water, right? This little boat that is sailing on the sea. Now, I'm going to tell you a little dream that I had. I had a dream with Angela Mary Magick the other night. And in this dream, we were going to the beach and we stepped out and we saw this we stepped onto the beach, but it was overflowing with water and there was like waves coming in. It felt like it was like right there in our line of sight. And they were just like crazy waves. And she pointed out and said, look at that little duck that's like floating on top of the water. That's what she said in the dream. And I was like, am I supposed to be that duck in this tumbling wave of emotions and this tumbling wave of water that is this collective churning of things that's happening, this churning of this nutrients that provides us with new life, but also the churning of emotions that people are trying to do away with. And I'm just this little duck that's sitting on top of this like tsunami that's coming in. And I think that the message for us as water signs is to be that King of Cups energy. And when I say that, I mean to be that calm in the storm, to be the calm in the storm for self first, and to really get integrated and aligned with self and see our own emotional body and what we need to do to bring our dreams more into focus so that we can help inspire that in others. Now, to be the dreamer means to dare to dream, right? And to dare to dream means we take risks and we step outside of our comfort zone. And when we do that and we lead with inspiration, we lead with spirit. And when I think about this, I also think about how dreams are super important at this time, and the messages that you're receiving that are leading up to this full supermoon in Scorpio are really digging up the undercurrents of things that we have forgotten or tried to ignore. Those churnings within us all are rising to the surface, are bubbling to the surface, that are seeking to destroy the self-esteem that we already have. That's another part of ourselves that's seeking to sabotage the work that we're doing, that we need to fully integrate and love and honor. So that's just something that I'm getting here. Now, when I go off on tangents, just know I'm just like channeling something. I don't know sometimes what I'm going to say until I say it. So just bear with me. Bear with me. Flow with me, if you will. Now I'm going to be using Angela Mary Magick's deck to get us another message. Now this is for the South energy. This is the fire, passion, and creativity. So now that we have the dreamer as the guide here to usher in this new state of being, in this new reality that we want for ourselves, now we are going to look at a message that is going to spark us and spark our healing and spark our creative journey even more using this beautiful deck. Now, something I will tell you very quickly about this deck is that there's only one more print run that's being done of it, and it's on sale right now on her website, and it's going to be peaking its campaign on the pink moon that's coming up. So also in relation to that deck, she also created another deck that is more of a sex magic deck, and it's all about sensual pleasure and honoring self and honoring the body, and it's called Altaloon, and it's something that she worked with spirit to create, and I'm so excited for her powerful creation because I already purchased it along with another Moon Baby Magic tarot deck, and it's just something that really has inspired my growth and healing, and it's something that I'm going to help inspire you and your moon magic coming up. So let's get a message for my water signs, for my Cancer, my Scorpio, and my Pisces leading us into this full moon. What is something that needs to be brought into our awareness around our creative journey and maybe our creative struggles to be our full, passionate, unbridled selves? So let's get a full moon message from Angela Mary Magick's Moon Baby Magic Tarot deck. It is a Color Mage deck. It is a Color Magic deck. I'm using the Color Mage deck next. It's a Color Magic deck. It's super powerful, and it also goes along with the moon phases. So let's get a message for my water signs for this upcoming pink moon, something to honor and respect and bring forth in our creative process and in our creative journey to lead us onward to deeper transformation and deeper healing. For my Scorpio, my Cancer, and my Pisces. Yes. And we get this beautiful bat energy. And this is Page of Blades, fascination. And the color field is the green color field, which is all about abundance, fertility, and home. So thinking about how we want to kind of embody those energies. When I think about this card, I also see this like figure 8, right? We think about the full moons that are coming up on the 26th is also that 8-8 energy. So things that we've been fascinated with, bringing those back into focus, not doing away with them, actually going down into our darker places and seeing how we can be fascinated by our own trauma and transform it into magic. Right? I know a lot of us water signs are singers, songwriters, creative people in general. And how can we turn our pain into passion? How can we turn our pain into magic? How can we transmute and transform? I'm also seeing the bat. When we think about the bat, we think about seeing in the dark, seeing in the cave. I also think about this energy as like seeing in the darkness what needs to be brought to the light, what in the darkness has fascinated you about yourself and also fascinated you about the things that you want to create. Can you do a meditation on the full moon, on the super moon, which is going to be super potent and powerful, and go down into your cave and see what can be brought to the surface, or what can be healed, or what can be dusted from the corners, or a guide that can be down there to meet you. I've done a lot of really powerful meditations where I've ended up in the cave with my guide. And they brought me my name, Rayborn. And I didn't know what that name meant until I went on my own journey in the last year to find out what that name truly meant, to find out that was a play on words, that I was being reborn, but also that I was embodying this like fractal seismic wave patterns in the ocean, to embody the waves and the frequencies that come to me that I need to be able to manage. Water signs are very receptive, very empathic, and it's up to us to really think about how we can both accept that energy, but also be fascinated by it, notice it, but not allow it to take us off our course or tumble us over. You know what I'm saying? When I say tumble, I mean topple and tumble. You know, a lot of times we get off balance very easily by emotions that are coming at us and the energy that surrounds us. And we need to be that duck on the top of the water. We might be pedaling underneath, but we remain calm on the surface. And we think about the bat also as being like the nectar, right? Another spirit, another animal that brings the nectar to us, right? That helps pollinate the flowers. Love that energy. I also have a bat on my my vision board that I created for the new moon that just happened in Aries. So I love that message came out for water signs in general. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting some color mage messages from another beautiful deck that I use that is inspired by Color Magic. And this is created by Bernard Charles. And these messages are so powerful, and they help me create the ingredients for the recipes for my spells, so to speak. So what I'm going to be doing is asking for recipes for your full moon altars, for the things that you want to bring into your awareness, the things that you want to commemorate, the colors, the messages that you want to put out there for spirit to see, so you can bring those and call those things into you. So I'm going to be asking for 5 ingredients for this 5th month coming up in this 5th year of transformation. So 5 ingredients for my water signs, for my Scorpio, my Cancer, and my Pisces to lead us into this full moon. So there are 5 ingredients for my water signs, please. Ooh, you guys have a lot to say here. Those came flying out. Now let's get a couple more. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Let me put this little deck over here. Now, this is from the West energy. So this is like the water, the relationships, the emotions that are going to bring us into this energy. When I also think about it, I think about creating the mood, right? So I think, there you see her. Little Mermaid style. So really like bringing in the mood of everything. So the first thing you get is smoke, right? Smoke. So with those smoke and mirrors, right? 82:10. So ignorance and mystery. So thinking about the things that you have been ignorant to or not privy to, and the mystery that still needs to be uncovered, and just allowing the smoke to naturally clear. But also you can cleanse and sage and allow smoke to fill certain aspects of things in your home or outside of your home if you want to do a bonfire or whatever the case may be. Thinking about how you can kind of clear things out with that element so that you can bring new things into your life, and also clear away some stale and stagnant energy so you can clear the air. When I also think of smoke, I'm thinking about Chiba Chiba. Okay, earth signs. Okay, Earth Day. So I think about Chiva Chiva a little bit. When I was meditating today, I just pressed shuffle on my playlist, and I got the first song I got was actually a shamanic drumming song, and it was Call to Surrender. So I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to this, and I'm going to go into my office and I'm going to meditate. So I meditated, and then the next song that came on was a throat chakra healing song. It was just like a frequency that came on right after that, and I was like, yo, Spirit's really trying to get me to speak today. And Taurus does rule the throat chakra, so thinking about how you want to speak out and speak up about the ways that you've been ignorant to yourself, and the ways that you want to actually honor and acknowledge the mysteries that you don't need to know everything of. So there's a little bit of everything. And then the next song that came on right after that was Dub Side of the Moon. Instead of Dark Side of the Moon, there's like a reggae version, and it was any color you like, but it was like the dub version. It was so good. I was like, okay, Spirit, I see what you're doing here. So such good messages to lead me into doing these readings today. The next color that we get is 73. And because I just said smoke and doing a deep meditation, and I said going into the cave and doing a deep meditation, and then we get brown as ground to thyself, we definitely need to be doing some deep meditations, my water signs. It is super important to really see the dream in lucid dream during this time. We get a little pink energy with Orchid, and this is number 70. So the things that we've stood for, the things that we are going to stand up against still, the things that have been a struggle but have been also a persistent course of action. The orchid is a very hard flower to maintain. And it says raise your vibration. So maybe bringing an orchid into your home, I know that they're very expensive and they're easy to kill because you can't, there's very specific ways that you need to water them. But when I think of orchid, I also think of my grandfather, because he tended to orchids in a very methodical, slow, thoughtful process as that Pisces energy, right? So he had so many beautiful orchids, and he put them in the right window and sprayed them with the water and sprayed them and tended to them, and it was just so beautiful. And thinking about how you can tend to yourself so you can raise your vibration, thinking about how you need to, in this full moon energy, tend to yourself and raise your own vibration and not absorb the vibration of those around you. The next card I get is Sepia, and this is another 7 energy. This is 106. Sepia is the color of old photographs, old memories, old things that you want to commemorate your ancestors with. And it says old thoughts. So thinking about the old thoughts that maybe you want to do away with, and maybe you have some pictures of your exes and some letters and some things that you just need to burn, okay? So a lot of times we do that. But also thinking about how we can dig up some photographs of our relatives and commemorate them on this full moon, and recognize how they have helped us get to where we are right now, and how they, if they're not alive anymore, how they're helping guide us from the grave, right? Or how they're helping guide us in spiritual form. So that is something that I always do, is find ways to honor my ancestors. And the last card we get, which is so great, is 65 and 11, and this is Shapeshift. And this says myth and magic. Now, when I think of Shapeshift, I'm thinking of my program that I just finished, or that I'm going to be finishing up on Tuesday next week with Jordan. He's been my mentor on this journey of deep healing, and he's helped me realize a lot of things about myself and think about the ways that I am able to shift and shape myself into different forms to be a part of this world and to be a part of others in other realms, and how sometimes in order for us to really go into the dark places, into the darkness of ourselves, into the mystery of it all, we sometimes assume another shape and another form. So thinking about your guides, your animal familiars that also help usher in this change. So if you do have an animal familiar or a guide or somebody that, not somebody, but an energy of an animal form that really speaks to you, like the crow or like the hawk or like the eagle, calling them in to help be your guide on these meditative journeys that you're going to be going into. Water signs, you are about to go deep, right? Go deep, dive deep into your dreams, into your aspirations, into the things that you want to bring out into this world. Do some deep, grounded like loving yourself in a deep, deep way. And I keep on saying deep because it's really about like going into the water, bathing yourself, cleansing yourself, transforming, giving yourself that rebirth experience, like doing a lot of magic in the bathtub, right? So, oh my goodness. So my water signs, specifically my Scorpios, right? This moon is going to be a powerful one. I hope that you find ways to ground yourself and connect with yourself and be fascinated with your ideas, because you are about to bring those into full focus and full form in the next coming months. Many, many blessings, and have a beautiful full moon.